What is up, everybody? Doing Langrisser 5, Waifu, Husbando, Tierlist, and honestly, there's really not that many characters, so this one should go pretty quickly. Alright, so first off, we have the categories. As always, Waifu for Laifu, Side Chick, Only If I'm Lonely, Pierre, which is the worst of the worst, and of course, MC Hammer, Can't Touch This. And again, the grading criteria are entirely ridiculous and don't add up in any way, shape, or form because, as some of the viewers have pointed out, I lack consistency. That's normal. Completely and totally normal. See, this isn't a competition that should be serious. No. This is a competition based solely on my opinions on that day in one recording. So is it raw? Yes. Is it unfiltered? Yes. Is it terrible? Maybe. You decide. Let me know in the comment section below if you think that my list is good or bad. As a quick reminder, here are the previous winners. And at the end, we're going to throw them all together. I still have to finish the Langrisser Reincarnation and Mobile Chapter 1 and Mobile Chapter 2 characters. And then we'll have that big competition at the end. So, winner of number 1 was Narm. Winner of number 2, why am I blanking on this one? Oh, that was Imelda. Number 3 was Emmerich. Number 4 was Listel. So now we're on number 5. Alright, so we're going to start out alphabetically here. This time I figured out how to line things up correctly because I am smart and not dumb. All the tests say so. Alright, we got Alfred first. Here's all you need to know about Alfred. He's Pierre in nicer clothes. Easy. Done. Right off the bat. He is literally Pierre with fancier clothes and a more stupid haircut. Next, we have Brenda. So, here's the thing. In this entire game, aside from Alfred and Claret, all these options here are cyborgs or vampires. So we're coming down to a compatibility issue here. Now, with Brenda, I can't really comment too much. She is the least owned SSR character in Langrisser. Why? Because she's not really that cool. I mean, sure, not bad to look at. And, you know, she does the right thing morally, so you know her head's screwed on tight. But really, she's just bland. So, definitely better than a Pierre or an Alfred, but not quite waifu status. Next up, we have Claret, who is the descendant of, everyone's going to be mad at me for saying it this way, but Cherry. So Claret, same idea. Kalzath, yet another unit who is a mounted flyer from Kalzath. Wild attitude, but the one thing that we have to take into consideration, the only thing that really matters here. Why are her boobs cross-eyed? I don't understand. They're technically the most natural in the entire game, but if I wanted natural, I wouldn't be looking for a waifu, right? So clearly can't be waifu category. So because they point in the wrong directions, side chick category. So we know now that no human can win this competition. So it's down to cyborgs or vampires. Next, we have Mariandel, also known as Lambda. So Lambda's actually one of the oldest female characters in Langrisser. She comes in at 25, which would make her age appropriate. We can't be having that. Not today. Not tomorrow. Not ever. But since all the characters that are left are either thousands of years old or older, I can't really hold it against her. It's not her fault they decided to age the series up. But I will say this. If you guys have ever seen Archer, the television show, there's an episode in which his deceased fiancée, who he almost was about to marry, is reanimated by Dr. Krieger and comes back as a cyborg. Two very important, disturbing things then happen. One, he goes into the bathroom and he finds her delicate bits in the sink being washed. I don't know about you, but personally, not a big fan of those in the kitchen sink. Or bathroom sink for that matter, any sink. They should be firmly attached. And two, her eyes glow in the dark. To which he comments, "It's like looking at taillights on a country road." It doesn't exactly sound appealing. But then, the thing that trumps it all is that while it may need to be washed in the sink, it does vibrate. So for that alone, elevated to side chick status. Now Omega. Omega's a cool character in that you can use him to cheese a lot of PvE content, but frankly, he just seems kind of boring. He's the failed experiment, right? And he's constantly angry at Sigma. And yes, the two of them finally overcome their love-hate, older brother, younger brother style relationship and save the world together. Yuck. But honestly, I just don't find what's appealing about him. The white hair, I think, is what throws me off. Like, you want to say cybernetic ninja, awesome. But his personality, bleh. Alright, now we have Rainforce. Prince of Crimzo. Pretty big deal. Also, pretty cool aesthetic. Ideal vampire look. And he's the space vampire, man. I mean, how cool does that get? Super long swords. He's the guy who created the Alhazard, too. So that gets him a lot of points. He's going up into side chick category. And if you haven't seen my video, Rainforce, the Space Vampire, check that one out. That was my second Langrisser lore video. I had a lot of fun making that one. So go check that out. It's pretty cool. Now we have Werner / Sigma. I almost said Lambda again. So he is the descendant of Ultimiller and Varna. He is killed when he is Werner by Claret. And then Gizarov takes his body, reanimates him, and makes him kind of like the de facto hero. Now, he is one of the few heroes that I don't hate simply because he's a hero. I like his aesthetic. I like his class, too, and with the upcoming 3C, that's definitely bonus points for him. So he's going up into side chick. Now, Virash. Virash is an enigma wrapped around a why would I want to use this character. Right now, I'm pretty salty because I drew Helena, and I can't use her because I don't own Brenda or Virash. So that's kind of annoying. So just for that, he's getting knocked down a few points. It's not anything that he did, except for the fact that he existed. And that is the problem right there. He existed. He's also existed for over 1,000 years. And while that may be cool at first, hearing all the stories, I feel like that's more of a drinking buddy than a waifu. So for that, only if I'm lonely, above Omega, but below Brenda. Okay, so now for the moment of truth. We've got Sigma, Lambda, Rainforce, and Claret. Claret staying in side chick category. I'm sorry, I can't do the pointing in two different directions and being basically cones. Not gonna happen. Looks like shuttle cones. I'm gonna get bored and start running sprints in between them. Then we have Sigma, Lambda, Rainforce. Oh, this one's tough. I want to give it to Sigma because the Ultimiller bias. But then there's also Rainforce, who's really dope because he's a space vampire. But then there's Lambda, who can talk to trees, man. That's pretty cool. Like, think of how much good I could do for the world. Just be like, all right, cool. I'm going to plant this acorn. You're going to grow it into a tree. I could have my own apple orchard. Think about that. I love apple orchards. And I love tree climbing. You could literally grow the perfect tree house. Oh, man, that would be so cool. Makes me sound like a little kid. But honestly, like building... Have you ever watched one of those... The show that's like... They build houses up in trees. It's like big adult tree houses. Now that's all I can think about. Big adult tree houses. All right. Big adult tree houses it is. For the win, Langrisser 5, Waifu, Lambda, for sure, because your boy likes his tree houses. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. I'm going to be doing a Langrisser lore video that's going to be coming out this week as well, so stay tuned for that. I'm also trying to figure out how I can get footage from Yu Yu Hakusho so that when I do the crossover chronicles for Hiei, which is going to be the next one that I'm going to do, I can actually use footage from the show instead of having to do still images. So I'm going to try and put a video together and then get the copyright claim resolved. And since it's from one studio this time, I think I should be able to take care of that. Because again, I'm not trying to make money off of it. So if I can get that copyright claim resolved, hopefully we can see Yu Yu Hakusho clips while I'm talking about the show and the character and how they relate to Langrisser. Alright, thanks again for watching, and I will see you next time.